With a rating of 13% from Rotten Tomatoes and 2 stars from Roger Ebert, Our Family Wedding made me want to throw up in my mouth a little bit, as much as the phrase throw up in my mouth a little bit makes me want to throw up in my mouth a little bit. I am angry at this movie. If this movie were a bridesmaid, I would force it to wear the biggest taffeta nightmare imaginable and then punch it in the cervix. Let's get down to brass tacks. Our Family Wedding? More like our blatant racism. And here's the thing, it's not even the racism that bothers me. The jokes are relatively innocuous as far as racist remarks go. The racism is all the movie is really about. And here I thought it was gonna be about weddings because there was a woman in a big white getup on the cover. Well, they got the big white getup part right. They just went a little too ball gown when they meant to go a little more pointy hat. The wedding is really just a small detail in what would otherwise be a ridiculous knockoff of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. The premise, and I use the term premise loosely, America Ferrera, who is Mexican, wants to marry Lance Gross, and he's black, and the always unfunny Carlos Mencia and once great Forrest Whitaker are racists, who will never be able to reconcile their differences in order for the two to tie the knot. Wouldn't you know it? The couple finds themselves wanting to elope because their family has taken over the wedding from the start, in a scene that made me want to punch the screen first and ask questions later.
Okay, hello, hey, what about us? It's our wedding. What about what we want?
4 words. Our marriage, their wedding.
But I'm just saying
Repeat
that...
after me. Our marriage.
Our marriage.
Their wedding.
Their wedding.
Great.
Is it not hard enough for couples to resist pressure from their parents as far as the wedding goes? Now we have a movie, and I'm using the word movie loosely, a movie who has the audacity to try to push those words into the American lexicon. Our marriage, their wedding. Our marriage, their wedding. Our marriage, their wedding. Our Family Wedding tries to teach us a host of new ideas about weddings, culture, and beyond. Things I learned from watching Our Family Wedding. Number 1, a comedy doesn't need to be funny in order to be a comedy, just ask Adam Sandler. Number 2, always trust your instinct. If Carlos Mencia is in it, how good can it be? Number 3, never trust your instinct. If Forrest Whitaker is in it, how bad can it be? Number 4, Mexicans faint at the sight of black people. Number 5, $50,000 weddings are totally doable in 2 weeks. Number 6, don't be alarmed when your mother tries on your wedding dress, your father auditions your DJ, and your other father goes to your cake tastings. This is normal. Number 7, don't express any opinions about your wedding or your life until the very last possible moment. Number 8, first man to sit down is a Number 9, a man who answers the phone when his wife is calling is also a even though he has regular sex and you don't. And number 10, Hollywood thinks only retards buy into these movies, and you've just proven it right. The movie was fraught with awful wedding stereotypes too. The bridal shop clerk calls the wedding gown the most important dress you'll ever wear. Carlos Mencia, playing one of the dads, wistfully sighs at the thought of his daughter's wedding. This is just not how I dreamed it would be. Because he sounds like a Russian woman all of a sudden. And just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, Forrest Whitaker gets humped by a CG goat. As far as wedding movies go, this movie has very little to do with weddings. And as far as movies go, this movie has very little to do with entertainment. Brides, I'm begging you, do not RSVP to this one. Thank you.